There are women that because of the way they've been so devalued, they can't do one sum. It's got to be two sum, three sum, four sum. There's something about them. Pain is how they find pleasure. So for them, pain gives them pleasure. But for some other women, pain takes away pleasure. So the danger is to be wrongly educated by the body of another woman. Bring that education to your wife.
Shalom, church.
You're welcome.
My name is Odette. I'm married. Thank you for sharing with us concerning marriage. May God bless you.
You're welcome.
My question is, after listening to what you taught us about marriage, I feel like after this, you will pray for us, for our marriage, because you have something that we need in our marriages, I mean. So my question is, please, sir, teach us the best way to solve issues in our marriages as Christians.
And can you be more specific with the kind of issues you're talking about? Let's give practical so that we can also be, there are too many issues in marriage. It ranges from sexual issues to communication issues, parenting issues, teamwork, finance. And so which would you want me to address?
You mentioned something that I think many ladies that we do. We always have excuses of not doing it. But sometimes we feel like our excuses are valid.
Okay.
Just in case I'm tired or sick and my man needs it, what will I do?
Thank you so much. It's a very important question. Again, for a woman who's been consistent in taking care of her business, in terms of offering her husband sexual satisfaction, is that okay? If the woman comes around and says, sorry, sweetheart, I'm not feeling fine, I think a responsible man, the first thing is her well-being, not his own pleasure. Because for a woman who has been functional cannot be using sickness as an excuse. She must be sick for her to say she's sick. And a wise man must respond by making sure her well-being is placed above his pleasure. So he must attend to her. The first thing is, can I take you to the hospital? How do we address it? First is the well-being of your partner. That's what a wise man will do, taking care of her. We've had moments when my wife and I traveled and we were out in the US, and for whatever reason, her cycle got disrupted because we were jumping from one city to the other. We traveled a lot. And this time around, I noticed she was almost looking pale. So we got to CVS in the US, and God so kind, we connected with the doctor, and we got to realize that, look, I think there's something going on with her hormones, you know. That's not a time for me to be talking about sex. As a reasonable man, my concern is her well-being. Is she okay? What can we do? And that was our focus until we returned to Nigeria, and straight we had to go to the hospital. And I was with her in all the hospital rooms she had to go to, every doctor she had to see. I had to go there, see them. And eventually we got to find out what the solution was. You understand that? Throughout that period, now this spanned, I think it maybe over a month or 2 months. 2 months. There was nothing that has to do with sexual issue stuff there. You know, my concern was the well-being of my wife. I can't ignore her well-being and be talking about my pleasure. So I think for a woman who has been consistently consistent carrying out her duties, I do not think a man will want to say, hey, you know, I must force my way. I don't think so. And I don't think it looks wise of any man. Okay?
Thank you for that. I have another small question. Please, I want you to help us, mostly to help church men.
Yes.
Because for us women, sex is more of emotions than physical. So what can you tell our churchmen. I mean, they need to hear from you. Thank you.
What is it? Don't run, don't run. What's your concept of churchmen? Give me an idea. What makes you, what's your thoughts about churchmen?
Okay, in our African culture, we don't, there's something that we don't talk, we don't do. Mostly before we got married or before we marry.
Yeah.
But someone who is in the world, they have something that they do. And after being married, you will hear those things. And sometimes you feel like it can please me also. But this man here,
the born again one.
I mean that one, he's not aware of what's going on
Absolutely.
here outside.
So part of the challenge in church is that, for instance, I got born again at the age of 15. Is that okay? So the implication is that I wasn't exposed to so many sexual adventures. You understand? The danger is for me to come into marriage and have a challenge satisfying my wife. Because in the first place, I wasn't exposed to any. Okay? So I have to be educated. One of the things that I did was to tell my wife, please teach me. It's very important. Teach me how to please you. Teach
You
me.
mean she knew more than you?
No. Very good question. Yes. So here's the yes. Here's the yes.
And how did she do?
Thank you so much. So here's the answer. She knows more than me how to pleasure her. She is the master of her own body. And as much as all women are alike, we look alike and all of that, our pleasure centers differ. There are parts of certain women you touch that makes them respond quickly. And there are parts, and then you touch the same part in another woman, she'll be irritated.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So only the woman you're married to can actually educate you better. It's even dangerous for me to bring what I know about another woman to try to, are you getting what's going on here? Because that is not this.
Wow. Thank you.
It is the reason why we abuse our wives. Because the other one likes me to flip her on a pole, throw her legs all over the place. She likes me to spank her. She said she was abused growing up. And because she was abused growing up, BDSM doesn't mean anything to her. Masochisms are okay for her. Anything that looks fetish, a normal sex is not okay for her. Because there's something dysfunctional about the way she grew up. But my wife didn't grow up like her. The danger is for me to bring BDSM, masochism, fetishism, bring all of that to an innocent girl, and I want to now start tying her with belts. Then I carry whip and I'll be flogged. In fact, doing that can be traumatic to my wife, because my wife may have grown up in a place where her trauma was that she was being flogged. Now here am I bringing whip to someone whose trauma was being whipped. What am I going to do? I'm going to activate trauma wounds, and I'm going to force her to have trauma response. Now I will be thinking, what is wrong with you? What kind of useless girl are you? You call yourself a woman. Now in my mind, after all, is that not something other women enjoy? Who are the other women? That other dysfunctional girl. There are women that because of the way they've been so devalued, they can't do one sum. It's got to be two sum, three sum, four sum. There's something about them. Pain is how they find pleasure. So for them, pain gives them pleasure. But for some other women, pain takes away pleasure. So the danger is to be wrongly educated by the body of another woman. Bring that education to your wife. So she educates me. Till date, she still educates me on what to pleasure her, how to pleasure her. This is Mary Oye. There are things my wife doesn't like. So my job, the ATM machine, his job is just to render service to the satisfaction of the customer. The ATM machine does not stroll. When you come in and say, sorry, please meet me on the other side. I don't like staying here to give money. I want to go to the other side. ATM machine does not move, stays in one place, render service. The goal of the ATM is rendering service to the clients. It gets its own pleasure by making sure that the client is satisfied. That is why a wise man, before you ejaculate, we are from 0 to 100. We are either sight response or we are touch response. That is why any wise woman who wants to keep her husband at home, the only thing that makes a man goes outside his home to go and look for another woman, there are only two things. Let's demystify it. Why are men going out? Two things. What are the two things? Sight and sound. That's the only reason why a man goes outside. When he goes to Memuna did a research in South Africa and discovered that out of every 10 men in South Africa, she discovered that about 7 to 8 or 9 are cheating on their wives. Memuna said she wanted to figure out, why are you all doing this? Guess what they found out? They said there are many things they want to do with their wives that they can't do with their wives, but they find it easy to do with prostitutes outside. What are those things? They go there, they want to hear, they want to see. Now we have been translated from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of God's marvelous light. But guess the people that have sex in darkness the most? The same darkness that we've been delivered from. We don't only have sex in darkness, we also bring darkness again. You carry duvet, you are in dark, then you carry duvet again. So if your husband is to write songs of Solomon about you, you know in the songs of Solomon he said her cheeks was as this, her teeth was as this, her breast was as this, her laps. He could describe it because he saw it. Now I can write songs of Solomon for my wife. I can write. Because I've seen, she doesn't keep it in the dark. That's why when I travel, when I go to Miami or I go to America, I see all these white girls, whatever I see. As soon as I see them, the picture of my wife comes back. So we call it burning images into the mind of your husband. So it's a lot of wisdom for a woman to ensure that when you're having intercourse with your husband, let him, what seest thou? You should be smart enough to ask him, sorry, can you see? Are you getting what I'm saying? It sounds funny. Listen, part of the course that I teach is sexology. I'm just being careful because it's not a full couples meeting. I'm going to be practical with you. And funny enough, I don't know why the church is so shy to discuss matters that children in primary school understand better. And yet it's something we are all struggling with at home. And I'm sharing with you a secret today. What are men going to look for outside? The prostitutes, what do you think they do? They make the man see. So when he's in the office, what's happening? Playback. That's it. Visual stimulation. And the man is trying to imagine, how does my wife's son look like? Oh, he will. He can't remember. Huh? It's only duvet. Thank you. It's always duvet. Darkness. When he wants to think of his wife, it's darkness. Darkness. So, first sight. Second one, If there's anything that returns men back over and over again, sound. When he goes to meet the prostitute, don't forget it was sound conversation that made Samson lose his hair. Do you say you love me? This conversation. She was saying, do you say you love me? He was hearing all of that. So much so that when she now said, tell me where lies your strength, that I may bind you. He didn't hear bind you. That's how they get our men to sign checks. Yeah, sound. Is having intercourse with her, she's saying something. But the Christian wife is having intercourse with her. The most you can hear is it's called groaning in the spirit. Say something. Say, help me look at a woman around. Say something. Say something. Come on, say something. This boy, you need to help this boy, huh? You know why you need to say something? Don't forget that the ear is the gateway to the heart. You treat me like a woman. What are you doing? You're making me feel like a woman. Say something. And if you don't know what to say, we can teach you. Start with what we are teaching you until you discover your own. Tell him, you are a man. I'm proud of you. You're doing something. I've never felt like this. Let him know. Let him know that he's doing something that matters. The Bible says he will not labor in vain. Don't let him feel like the man is doing with all his life. He has even called his ancestors to join him on this mission. He has invited his ancestors. Holy Ghost, help me. Angels, join me. Everybody. And he's doing what? Look, this is my life. And as he's doing it, and he's thinking, you mean all this doesn't mean anything. But then there's another person. Before he even gets close, oh my God, you're amazing. You're amazing. So it's that sound he keeps in his ears. So he goes back not for sex, because you give him sex. He goes back not for 2 vaginas. He goes back for the same one. Not for 4 breasts. For the same 2. Not for an angel. For a woman like you. Why should a woman capture what you own? It's just for what I'm telling you. And you know that this is the problem. You are always quiet. You are groaning inside. So, that is the part for the women. For the men, let's not forget the tabernacle approach for the high priest. Remember that in the tabernacle, which mirrors the body of a woman, the tabernacle is the perfect mirror image for the woman's body. Now don't forget that in the tabernacle, the high priest does not jump from the outer court to the Holy of Holies. They will carry him dead out. Is that your husband? That's the high priest. High priest, from today, you don't jump from outer court. No. We'll drag you out. Your wife is begging, no? From today, it ends. The high priest must begin first at the outer court, where he is exposed first to the altar of sacrifice and the brazen laver. These are all ceremonial points. So the first thing I begin to do is not go into intercourse. The first thing is the outer court of my wife. From the breast side to the vulva, these are all outer part of the body. And you're expected to offer sacrifices there. I can see the woman laying hands on the men now. See, the Bible is such an amazing book. You have to look closely to understand the mysteries of God. So from the outer court, one of the things that happens there is, sorry baby, come quickly. So one of the things that happens there at the outer court is that the high priest begins first. So I begin first with her breast. And again, be careful lest you think the breast is a balloon you can... Because some of you can get home now. So, the outer court, usually for me, my wife prefers. Again, that's why we said she's the only one that can educate me about the beauty of accessing. That's why you don't approach the tabernacle on your own term. The one who designs the tabernacle tells you how to engage the tabernacle. Here's a simple language a man should learn to use. Teach me how to pleasure you. Don't assume you know how to pleasure her. You don't own her body in terms of how it works. Why don't you just ask her with all humility, teach me. Put your hands where you want it to be. Put your hands where you want it to be. So initially I would just grab, because just grab it. But she's like, no, hold on. I said, what is it? She said, you're hurting me. I said, okay, what do I do? Okay, don't do just like this, okay, oh, like that, okay, fine. I said, okay, my ancestors didn't teach me. Because most men here will tell us that your fathers never prepared you for marriage. Your fathers never sat you down to tell you how to pleasure a woman. Most of us men. Unfortunately, many of us learned it from bad films. Watching terrible films and thinking that the actress is also your wife. Many of us learned it in our days of when we're not born again, where there was no respect for the human body or the woman's body, because you're a sinner. So your pleasure was more important than her pain. That's why we could rape them. As long as we were pleasured, that's what matters. So we have to unlearn all of that and know now that it's not about my pleasure only, it's about her pleasure. And I'm not supposed to cause her pain when I'm trying to find pleasure. So she has to educate me, touch me here, touch me here. Sometimes again, she'll tell me to maybe suck her nipples. Now, I don't know what I'm looking for there, but yeah. Because I'm done with breast milk. I took a lot of it when I was growing up. I stopped. I think I took breast milk for 11 months. Sorry, 1 year plus. Yeah, I think 1 year plus. So I took a lot. You understand? So at this age, I don't know why I have to be sucking a woman's nipple like it's giving me vitamin C. But guess what I found out? It gives her pleasure. Do you understand that? If that will pleasure her, I will delay my own pleasure, give her pleasure. Touch, suck what I need to suck, I do that. What else you want me to do? Touch me here, touch me there. The vulva area, very beautiful area in the woman's body that must be approached with all sense of respect and decency. So it's not something you carry your hand and like blow at. It's not a punching bag, yeah? So you come down there. That's why you are at the outer court. So as you take care of the externals, gradually you start going into the inner court. And then you get to that moment where you are able to, it's important that as a man, you know the clitoris of the woman. You should be educated enough to know the difference between clitoris and G-spot. You need to know. You won't find it in Mark chapter 2. You see the problem? That's why the Bible says, if any man lack wisdom. What is wisdom? See, isn't it amazing that God created these amazing organs, but he did not have any specific place in the Bible on the functionings of them, because he did expect that one approach will service everybody. Can you see what I'm talking about now? Meaning the way you pleasure her may not be the way another woman will find pleasure. Your best teacher is the owner of the body. So you start from the outer court where you render sacrifices and you wash. Like today, my wife would tell me, say, wash your hands. Yes, wash your hands. So that you don't go and carry all the things you've carried from everywhere and lodge it inside. So that's why there's brazen lava outside. Before you start offering sacrifices, wash your hands. Hello, sir, did you hear that? What do you do, sir? Wash your... Very good. It's at the outer court, not when you have gone to Holy of Holies. Yep. Whatever wash means, including what brushing your teeth, washing, just be clean. And then you come into the inner court, the holy of the inner court. And at that point, you know that it is about the menorah, the oil, and then you find the light. It's an amazing, beautiful place. And everything that happens in the inner court actually determines whether the veil will be open for you to go into the Holy of Holies or not. So a delicate, you see that inner court, the moment you start approaching it, you have to do it with care. Because if you trigger pain, you can be sent not only back to the outer court. You'll be sent outside the outer court to where lepers, nobody's. So it's important that you slow down. So as a wise man, that's not the quickie we are talking about. Quickie on is just, hey, he's in the bathroom. This is in the morning. You're about to all leave for work and you just thought about him or she thought about you. And look, he's in the bathroom. You just enter into the bathroom. I know normally for us men, the moment you enter the bathroom when we're taking our bath, we're like, who's that? I don't know who we are always afraid of. And by the way, we know that there's no other person in the house but you. So I don't know who we're asking, who is that? But then when you come, I like, it's me, sweetheart. And when you're coming there, hey, what's going on? Oh, sorry, no, I notice you don't always wash your back. So mommy has come to wash your back. You are naked. You come to wash his back. Right there, what thou doest, do it quickly. So it can be in the bathroom. It can be in the bedroom. But quick. That one is quickie. But pleasure sex. That's the one she was reading. Sexual activity. Now, sexual activity means we are all involved. Now, what has been discovered is that the calorie you burn when you are having sexual activity for 35 minutes, you don't burn such calorie when you play a lawn tennis for 1 hour or swim for 1 hour. Intense sexual activity burns more calorie. That's why one of the ways by which you also lose weight is intense sexual activity, not intercourse. Intercourse is part of the activity. I see the church is quiet. Did I answer your question?
Very good.
Very good.
Yes.